Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourself, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Please subscribe to the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. The events of 23rd September 2024 are follows. Bengali date 6 Asin 1431. As per Benimadhav Silk Ponjika, today's Tithi is Krishna Sushti and up to 1927 hours and after that Krishna Saptami. Today's Nakshatra, Kritika Nakshatra and up to 0518 hours and after that Rohini Nakshatra. Today is 267th day of the year. There are then 99 days left in 2024. Today is 39th Monday of 2024. Today is International Day of Sign Languages. International Day of Sign Languages is celebrated annually across the world on 23rd September every year along with International Week of Deaf. The choice of 23rd September is the same date that the World Federation of the Deaf was established in 1951. The UN General Assembly has proclaimed 23rd September as the International Day of Sign Languages in order to raise awareness of the importance of sign language in the full realization of the human rights of people who are deaf. Today, Neptune observed. This day in 1846, astronomer Johann Gottfried Galle became the first person ever to observe the planet Neptune, the existence of which had been mathematically predicted by Irving Jean Joseph Lee Verrier and John Couch Adams. Today is birth anniversary of Miss Typhoid Mary Mellon, 23rd September 1869 to 11th November 1938. Mary Mellon, commonly known as Typhoid Mary, was an Irish-born American cook who is believed to have infected between 51 and 122 people with typhoid fever. The infections caused 3 confirmed deaths, with unconfirmed estimates of as many as 50. She was the first person in the United States identified as an asymptomatic carrier of the pathogenic bacteria Salmonella typhi. She was forcibly quarantined twice by authorities, the second time for the remainder of her life because she persisted in working as a cook and thereby exposed others to disease. Mellon died after a tour of nearly 30 years quarantined. Her popular nickname was since become a term for persons who spread disease or other misfortune. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Baron John Boyd or Brechin Means. 23rd September 1880 to 25th June 1971. John Boyd Orr, first Baron Boyd Orr, styled Sir John Boyd Orr from 1935 to 1949, was a Scottish teacher, medical doctor, biologist, nutritional physiologist, politician, businessman, and farmer who was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1949 for his scientific research into nutrition and his work as the first Director General of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO). He was the co-founder and the first president (1960 to 1971) of the World Academy of Art and Science (WAS). In 1945, he was elected president of the National Peace Council and was president of the World Union of Peace Organizations and the World Movement for World Federal Government. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Hori Singh, 23rd September 1895 to 26th April 1961. Maharaja Sir Hori Singh was the last ruling Maharaja of the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. Hori Singh was the son of Amar Singh and Bhoitali chief. In 1923, following his uncle's death, Singh became the new Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir. After Indian independence in 1947, Singh wanted Jammu and Kashmir to remain as an independent kingdom. He was required to accede to the dominion of India to get the support of Indian troops against an invasion by tribal armed men and the Pakistan army into his state. Singh remained the titular Maharaja of the state until 1952, when the monarchy was abolished by the Indian government. After spending his final days in Bombay, he died on 26 April 1961. Singh ruled in controversial times when autocracy led to tolerant politicians often raising anti-establishment narratives, leading to an agitation in Kashmir in 1931 and successful rebellions in Poonch and Gilgit-Baltistan. He is often accused in recent books and articles as a complicit of 1947 Jammu massacres. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Jaroslav Seifert, 23rd September 1901 to 10th January 1986. Jaroslav Seifert was a Czech writer, poet, and journalist. Seifert was awarded the 1984 Nobel Prize in Literature for his poetry, which endowed with freshness, sensuality, and rich inventiveness, provides a liberating image of the indomitable spirit and versatility of man. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Pablo Neruda, 12th July 1904 to 23rd September 1973. Pablo Neruda was a Chilean poet, diplomat, and politician who won the 1971 Nobel Prize in Literature. Neruda became known as a poet when he was 13 years old and wrote in a variety of styles, including surrealist poems, historical epics, political manifestos, prose autobiography, and passionate love poems such as the ones in his collection 20 Love Poems and A Song of Despair, 1924. Neruda occupied many diplomatic positions in various countries during his lifetime and served a term as a senator for the Chilean Communist Party. When President Gabriel González Videla outlawed communism in Chile in 1948, a warrant was issued for Neruda's arrest. Friends hid him for months, and in 1949 he escaped through a mountain pass near Maihue Lake into Argentina. He would not return to Chile for more than 3 years. He was a close advisor to Chile's socialist president Salvador Allende, and when he got back to Chile after accepting his Nobel Prize in Stockholm, Allende invited him to read at the Stadio Napoleon before 70,000 people. Neruda was hospitalized with cancer in September 1973 at the time of coup defeat led by Augusto Pinochet that overthrew Allende's government, but returned home after a few days when he suspected a doctor of infecting him with an unknown substances for the purpose of murdering him on Pinochet's order. Neruda died at his home in Isla Negre on 23rd September 1973, just hours after leaving the hospital. Although it was long reported that he died of heart failure, the Interior Ministry of the Chilean government issued a statement in 2015 acknowledging a ministry document indicating the government's official's position that it was clearly possible and highly likely that Neruda was killed as a result of the intervention of third parties. However, an international forensic test conducted in 2013 rejected allegations that he was poisoned. Neruda is often considered the national poet of Chile, and his works have been popular and influential worldwide. The, the Colombian novelist Gabriel Garcia Marquez once called him the greatest poet of the 20th century in any language. The critic Harold Bloom included Neruda as one of the writers central to the Western tradition in his book Western Canon. Today is death anniversary of Miss Pritilata Waddedar, 5th May 1911 to 23rd September 1932. Pritilata Waddedar was a Bengali revolutionary nationalist who was influential in the Indian independence movement. After completing her education in Chattogram, formerly Chittagong, and Dhaka, formerly Dhaka, she attended Bethune College in Kolkata, formerly Calcutta. She graduated in philosophy with distinction and became a school teacher. She is praised as Bengal's first woman martyr. Mithalata joined a revolutionary group headed by Surya Sen. She is known for leading 15th Revolutionary in the 1932 armed attack on the Pahartali European Club, during which one person was killed and 11 injured. The revolutionaries torched the club and were later caught by the colonial police. Mithalata committed suicide by cyanide. Her suicide was pre-planned. She had a suicide note or a letter with her, where she had penned down the objectives of the Indian Republican Army Chittagong branch. In the letter, along with the names of Master Surya Sen and Nirmal Sen, she had also mentioned about her experience of meeting Ramakrishna Biswas a number of times in the Alipur Central Jail. Ramakrishna Biswas was awaiting his execution by hanging by the British, and Pritilata used to meet him in the alias of cousin sister. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Mullamangalat Parameswaran Bhattathripad, commonly known as MP Bhattathripad or Premji, 23rd September 1908 to 10th August 1998. Mullamangalat Parameswaran, commonly known as MP Bhattathripad or Premji, was a social reformer, cultural leader, and actor from Kerala state, India. Premji joined Yogakhema Sabha and worked with V.T. Bhattathiripad, E.M.S. Namboodiripad, and his brother M.R. Bhattathiripad in the fight against the casteism and conservatism that existed in the Namboodirip community. Premji was also a noted stage and film actor who won the National Film Award for Best Actor for the film Piravi. Today is birth anniversary of Miss Asima Chatterjee, 23rd September 1917 to 22nd November 2006. Asima Chatterjee was an Indian organic chemist noted for her work in the fields of organic chemistry and phytomedicine. Her most notable work includes research on vinca alkaloids, the development of anti-epileptic drugs, and development of anti-malarial drugs. She also authored a considerable volume of work on medicinal plants of the Indian subcontinent. She was the first woman to receive a doctorate of science from an Indian university. Asima Chatterjee successfully developed the anti-epileptic drug IUS 56 from Marsilea minta and the anti-malaria drug from Alsonian sclerosis, Sortia cirata, Picrapija crua, and Cisalpina crista. Planted drugs have been marketed by several companies. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Clifford G. Searle, 23rd September 1915 to 31st March 2001. Clifford G. Searle was an American physicist who was a co-recipient of the 1994 Nobel Prize for Physics for his development of neutron scattering techniques, in particular neutron diffraction, a process that enabled scientists to better explore the atomic structure of matter. He shared the prize with Canadian physicist Bertram N. Brockhaus, who conducted separate but concurrent work in the field. Sal was educated at the Carnegie Institute of Technology, B.S. 1937, and New York University, PhD 1941, and began a career as a research physicist. His award-winning work was completed at the Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee from 1946 to 1955 under the leadership of Ernest O. Ullman, the pioneer of neutron scattering research. In the technique of neutron diffraction, a beam of single wavelength neutrons is passed through the material under study. Neutrons hitting atoms of the target material are scattered into a pattern that, when recorded on photographic film, yields information about the relative positions of atoms in the material. Thal was also one of the first to demonstrate magnetic diffraction, and he helped to develop instrumentation for the routine crystallographic analysis of neutrons. From 1955 until his retirement in 1986, he was a professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. John Coltrane, 23rd September 1926 to 17th July 1967. John William Coltrane was an American jazz saxophonist, bandleader, and composer. He is among the most influential and acclaimed figures in the history of jazz and 20th century music. Born and raised in North Carolina, Coltrane moved to Philadelphia after graduating from high school, where he studied music, working in the bebop and hard bop idioms. Early in his career, Coltrane helped pioneer the use of modes and was one of the players at the forefront of free jazz. He led at least 50 recording sessions and appeared on many albums by other musicians, including trumpeter Miles Davis and pianist Thelonious Monk. Over the course of his career, Coltrane's music took on an increasingly spiritual dimension as exemplified on his most acclaimed album A Love Supreme, 1965, and others. Decades after his death, Coltrane remains influential, and here he was received numerous posthumous awards, including a special Pulitzer Prize, and was canonized by the African Orthodox Church. His second wife was pianist and harpist Alice Coltrane. The couple had three children: John Jr. 1964 to 1982, a bassist; Ravi, born 1965, a saxophonist; and Oran, born 1967, a saxophonist, guitarist, drummer, and singer. 1965, the Indo-Pakistani War comes to an end after a UN-mandated ceasefire. Also known as the Second Kashmiri War, the war was fought between India and Pakistan over the disputed territory of Kashmir. 1952, Nixon makes his checkers speech. The televised speech was made by the then vice presidential candidate Richard Nixon as his response to accusations of corruption and use of campaign funds for private expenses. The speech received its name due to the mention of checkers, a dog he had received as a gift for his children. In the speech, he emphasized that he intended to keep checkers. 1932, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is founded. The Middle Eastern country was created by merging the kingdoms of Hejaz and Najd by Ibn Saud, the king of the House of Saud. The day is celebrated as Saudi National Day in the kingdom. 1909, Phantom of the Opera makes its literary debut. The novel about a disfigured musical genius was written by French writer Gaston Leroux. It was first published as a series in the French newspaper La Gauloise. The novel was later adapted as a popular musical and as a film. 1889, Nintendo is founded. The Japanese gaming company was created by entrepreneur Fujajiro Yamauchi as a card company called Nintendo Koppei, which was based in Kyoto. The company originally produced and sold playing cards called Hanafuda. The release of Donkey Kong, an arcade game in 1981, brought Nintendo to the forefront of electronic and video games industry. 1803, Battle of Assaye. The Battle of Assaye was fought between Maratha and British forces on 23rd September 1803. The Maratha forces were defeated, and this British victory was a decisive moment in the colonial subjugation of the Indian subcontinent. Today's, that is 23rd September, highlight in history. 1779, American Revolution. John Paul Jones, naval commander of the United States, on board the USS Bonhomme Richard, wins the Battle of Pembroke Head. 1803, Second Anglo-Maratha War. The Battle of Assaye is fought between the British East India Company and the Maratha Empire in India. 1821, Tripolitsa, Greece, is captured by Greek rebels during the Greek War of Independence. 1846, astronomers Urban Le Verrier, John Couch Adams, and Johann Gottfried Galle collaborate on the discovery of Neptune. 1868, the Grito de Lares occurs in Puerto Rico against Spanish rule. 1879, the Macedonian Cultural Society is founded. 1884, on the night of 23rd 24th September, the steamship Arctic runs aground near Cape Virginis, leading to the discovery of nearby placer gold, beginning the Tierra del Fuego gold rush. 1899, the American Asiatic Squadron destroys a Filipino battery at the Battle of Olongapo. 1905, Norway and Sweden signed the Karlstad Treaty, peacefully resolving the union between the two countries. 1913, the United Mine Workers of America launched a strike which eventually escalated into the Colorado Coalfield War. 1942, World War II, the Matanikau action on Guadalcanal begins. US Marines attack Japanese units along the Matanikau River. 1947, a magnitude 6.9 earthquake strikes South Korea, Khorasan in Iran, killing over 500 people. 1950, Korean War. The Battle of Hill 282 is the first US friendly free incident of British military personnel since World War II. 1973, Argentine general election. Juan Perón returns to power in Argentina. 1983, Gulf Air Flight 771 is destroyed by a bomb, killing all 117 people on board. 2004, over 3,000 people die in Haiti after Hurricane Jenny produces massive flooding and mudslides. 2008, Matti Sari kills 10 people at a school in Finland before committing suicide. In 2011, after 41 years, the soap opera All My Children broadcast its final episode on ABC. In 2016, President Barack Obama vetoed a bill to allow the families of 9/11 victims to sue the government of Saudi Arabia, arguing it undermined national security. Both the House and Senate voted to override the veto. In 2018, capping a comeback from our back surgeries, Tiger Woods won the Tour Championship in Atlanta, the 80th victory of his PGA Tour career and his first in more than 5 years. 2022, Roger Federer played his final professional match after an illustrious career that included 20 Grand Slam titles. Thank you very much for your patience.